Are you looking for something safe to invest in right now, especially with all the volatility in the market these days? You know, an investment that's stable, appreciates really well, and has tax advantages. Oh, how about something that's self-amortizing? If so, it sounds like investment property is right for you. Has the San Diego real estate market caught your eye? It should have. And you're not alone. A lot of folks are wondering if San Diego really is the best place to invest in California these days. Well, I have some good news. You are right. San Diego is a great place to invest in. I know this because I'm a realtor here. My dad, Lyle, and I are partners, and we have been assisting people when it comes to buying and selling investment property and residential real estate here in the area since 1982. Today, we're going to be covering how to buy investment property in San Diego. We're also going to cover the pro tips of what experienced investors are looking for when they're shopping for their properties. So be sure to stick around to the end of the video where we're going to share with you how to get a free list of investment properties here in San Diego. These lists are nearly impossible to find on the consumer property sites. And if you do find any, they never give you the need to know info like current rents, lease agreements, gross rent multipliers, or cap rates. So why would you consider buying an investment property here? I mean, there are a lot of places that you could go. Is San Diego really your best option? Well, the short answer is yes. If you can afford the cost of entry, San Diego is an amazing market for you. There are a variety of neighborhood types of properties and price points. There really is something for everyone here. Rents in San Diego continue to be strong. There's always going to be folks who live here that are never going to be able to buy their own place. So the rental demand will always remain high, and landlords don't decrease their rents here. Even when property values take a dip, rents stay stable. As a landlord, you're a step ahead of the game when you're comparing it to other markets. Are you going to be buying your first place? Then consider a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex. Buying owner occupied is a great way to start. You need much less down for financing. You use the principle of leverage, plus the lenders qualify you for a loan by looking at your income from the other units. Makes it way more affordable for you to make your monthly payment. Leverage your purchase with less down. And it's going to get you into a higher price point. Don't want to be that aggressive to start with? What about a property with an accessory dwelling unit? The acronym for that is ADU. The same principle applies when qualifying. And if that isn't the right fit for you, you can always work your way up the ladder. You just start with buying a condo or a small single-family home, let it appreciate while paying for itself, then move up from there into units. It's the perfect future 1031 exchange solution. Earlier, I mentioned cash flow and appreciation. Understanding and researching these two principles is key. They, along with the principle of leverage, are what makes investing in San Diego a no-brainer. When it comes to cash flow, the rule is simple. The property must cash flow from day one. Otherwise, we find you another property. You're going to be buying an asset, not a liability. When it comes to appreciation, we tell people it depends on your strategy. If you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, try another market. If you're looking for a get-rich-slow, solid investment plan, then San Diego is definitely your best bet. We talk with our long-term investors here in San Diego all the time, and one of my favorite questions is about the appreciation of their properties. I like to ask if they wish they would have bought more. It's quite common to talk with folks who have seen their property values double, and a lot have even gone and said higher, like triple, quadruple, or more than what they paid 10 to 30 years ago. Even folks who bought their first condo are having the same thing happen. This brings me to how to level up here in San Diego. You know, build up one single property into many over time. Many use San Diego's incredible appreciation to buy a small place to start, then after a few years of appreciation, either refinance or sell it, providing funds for buying the next property. You can do this for years. Or you can always buy the ugly duckling. That's best done in the best neighborhood that you can afford, fixing it up while you live there, and then selling it. As a single person, you can take up to $250,000 tax-free profit when you sell your primary residence. And if you're married, that amount doubles to $500,000. Talk about leveling up, right? Lots of our clients, family, and friends have done this successfully here in San Diego, most of the time with a little elbow grease and timing the market. And this is why you'll hear the term sweat equity. Now, I am not sure if you know this about my dad, Lyle. He has actually owned over 30 investment property units in his lifetime, and he's continuing on his journey. I don't know about you, but I consider him a seasoned investor, right? Talk about the right guy to ask about when you're shopping for an investment property and what he looks for. He says he looks for good gross rent multipliers, or GRMs, on properties. We have a video about that in the link down below, so you can check that out too. Gross rent multipliers indicate that a property might be well priced. Then you're going to consider the location. Investigate if there's room for rent raises or capital improvements. Also, note any amenities that your tenants are going to like and want, like a garage, laundry, extra off-street parking. All of these factors can turn a decent property into what we would call a unicorn property, which we recently just found for some clients in North Park. So you're probably wondering, how do you go about financing an investment property here in San Diego? Since we're not lenders, tax advisors, or attorneys, we can't give you advice in those matters. However, there are some quick, simple details about a couple different loan options out here. Of course, your situation is totally unique. So yes, you do need to have a phone conversation with a direct mortgage lender. That way you get the details and the options that work best for you. Not a mortgage broker and not an online lender like mom and dad do loans out of the garage.com. A direct lender funds loans directly from their own funds. That way they are in control of the process from the start to the finish, and you're not dealing with the middleman who's brokering out the loan to a third party, like when you work with a mortgage broker. Direct lenders can get the loan done quicker with less headaches, which is what you want, especially in the market that we're in right now. Working with a direct lender will help your chances of getting your offer accepted. So let's cover the short version of financing. Owner-occupied buyers can buy with as little as 3.5% down. That's for an FHA loan. Remember, that means that you are moving into the property. You will be owner-occupying the property. Same for VA loans. You must owner-occupy. Do you have VA eligibility? If so, thank you for your service to our country. You have got the sweetest financing available. VA loans offer 0 down. Talk about using leverage. VA financing maximizes your purchase dollars like nothing else. And it is our favorite for vets looking to buy 2, 3, and 4 unit investment properties. Are you a non-owner occupant buyer, meaning that you own other investments or you own your own home currently? Then you're looking at 20 to 25% conventional financing. Remember what I said about veterans using their VA eligibility to purchase with 0 down? A wise lender once told me over 20 years ago that leverage is the key to real estate purchase. Using the smallest amount of funds possible to control the biggest asset you can is key. Well, I still recommend and work with that lender over 20 years later. When you call Greg Brooks at Guild Mortgage to get your loan started, he can explain why and how using leverage is to your best advantage. I added his contact info down below in the description for you. At this point, you want to know what the buying process looks like, especially for investment property. Well, it isn't too much different than buying a home, but there are some important differences to be aware of. Step number 1, call us. Yes, really, call us first. Not all realtors specialize in the same thing. Most are residential agents and have sold just a few properties, most to family members or within their own neighborhood. You may have heard them call themselves the local expert. Now is not the time to work with the local neighborhood specialist. You want an investment property specialist, someone who actually owns and manages what they sell. You need an agent with years of experience, county-wide specialists who have helped over 1,000 clients over the years, helping them buy and sell everything from condos, homes, apartments, and raw land. You cannot put a price on that kind of experience and expertise. It is invaluable and it is all in your favor. Step number 2, get qualified for financing, which means calling Greg with Guild Mortgage. He's a direct mortgage lender, and getting your loan process started is key. Honestly, we don't get in the car and look at property with buyers until they are approved for financing. No, it's not because we are mean. It's because this market is fast-paced. What you see on the market right now will most likely be under contract in a few days, weeks, maybe a month. If you are serious about this, you need to have your loan approved and an approval letter in hand when you're writing an offer. Sellers won't look at offers without being approved for your loan. You're just window shopping. Most agents aren't going to tell you this right up front, but we are not like most agents. Our goal is to get you the best possible property at the best price and terms. Your time is valuable, so our honesty is important. You need to get your financing locked down before you start shopping for property. Step number 3. While you're getting your financing in place, we're going to help you come up with a game plan, both a short and a long-term plan. And it's a roadmap of sorts to get you where you want to be and frankly, where you deserve to be. Along with that game plan will help you determine your realistic wants and needs. Yes, everyone would like to have oceanfront beach property, but bread and butter rental property really performs here in San Diego. Step number 4, we will tailor a list of actively listed properties that fits your search criteria. No more depending on Zillow, where you search and search, only to find that the property that you start drooling over, then overnight, after you lost sleep over it, it's no longer available. I hate it when clients tell me this happens to them. We get it, your time is valuable, so let's focus on what's active and in your price range instead. Now, step number 5. We help you review the options on the market. We research the ones that look like they're the best online, and this is where I like to get nerdy. Analyzing the rents, lease agreements, neighborhoods, comps, and any other information that we can find. And then, if possible, we preview the best of the best in person. Here's a need to know. Most of the sellers of investment properties do not let their tenants know that the property is for sale. They do not want nervous tenants that bolt during the listing process because of a bunch of showings. Put yourself into the tenant's shoes for a sec. It's not really a good way to go about it, right? So this is why we more often than not do all of our homework on the property up front. Then we write the offer, view the interior, and upon the seller's acceptance of the offer. It is totally commonplace here in San Diego, and it is what we call subject to inspection. So on to step 6. When the seller accepts your offer and the property condition is to your satisfaction, then we open up escrow, where we will review all of the seller disclosures, and you get to do your due diligence with inspections. If the property condition works and your appraisal comes in at value or above, then your loan funds, and congratulations, we close. Yeah, there are a lot of moving parts, but take a deep breath. You have pros on your side. We do this every day for our clients. And even more recently, a lot of them don't even see their investments until after they close. Modern times allow for sight unseen buying here in San Diego. Video tours, FaceTime, and digital signatures work great for our out-of-town folks. So, are you ready to get started? Are you curious about what's available on the market right now here in San Diego? Do you need to sell a property before you buy here? Are you thinking about investing in another area besides San Diego? We have a network of well-vetted realtors across the country to help you. All you got to do is reach out to us. Yes, you can search for property on consumer sites, but those sites are not geared towards investors. They do not provide you the details that matter the most, like what current rents are on investment properties. This is why you need us. We'll get you all of the details that you need: rents, comps of the sold comparable units, the current gross rent multipliers, We do this on any given neighborhood here in San Diego. That way, you know how to identify well-priced properties, you know, the ones that you should be writing the offers on. Now go ahead and click the link down below in the description to get started with a quick conversation. We can review your goals, and only if it's the right fit, we'll start with a tailored list of properties, ones that fit what you're interested in. We look forward to talking to you soon.